Hey everybody, it's Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the Cinema Draft Game, back at you with one of our weekend previews and call sheet reviews. Haven't had these in a while. I guess I'd say I'm about 95% better, so hopefully there won't be any coughing, sneezing, or any of the other stuff with me having been sick with the flu, that nasty, nasty flu. So here we are inside the game. Oh, and actually, let's first address some of the buzz going around our latest releases. Check this out. So it looks like Get Out is 100% fresh rated on Rotten Tomatoes. And for those of you unfamiliar with the Rotten Tomatoes scoring system, they basically aggregate and kind of score on a scale of 0 to 100 the the critical reviews from film critics at major online and traditional print um, magazines and newspapers, and 100% is pretty unanimous, I would say. So that bodes really well for Get Out. It'll be interesting to see what the cinema score is later this afternoon, evening. It seems like the industry, this is DeadlineHollywood.com for those of you listening at home. Deadline Hollywood, they tend to religiously track the box office, doing 4 or 5 updates a day throughout the weekend, kind of feeding our Jones to sweat the results. And so their second update as of 11:36 a.m. Pacific this morning thinks that Get Out is on its way to scaring up $26.5 million to $28 million this weekend, which would be pretty big. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but on the Twitter, Twitter, we have a poll going where, and feel free to go there at Play Cinema Draft on Twitter. It'd be twitter.com/Play Cinema Draft and vote. Over under will Get Out score over 20 million or under 20 million. It seems like Deadline Hollywood is for the over. So that's the buzz around that movie. Scored 1.8 million with the late night Thursday night showings, so that bodes well. They even quote our good friend here, Box Office. Oh, actually, no, that's someone else. They think boxoffice.com's final forecast, 27 million on Wednesday, remains close to their expectation of about 26, 27 million. So that is very interesting. So hopefully you have some Get Out on your call sheet. Let's take a look at some of these call sheets. Dang it. Let's see what's what. See what is going on with some of your call sheets. And for those of you who are watching at home, there we go. It looks like, okay, sometimes, so before we have a chance to really fully convert over to our own dedicated server, sometimes we have little glitches and hangups like this where it won't really show you the lobby correctly. So in case like that, I just log out. I log back in. And there we go. I think it clears your cache or something. Anyway, so we're in business now. We're checking out the feature presentation, the $125 feature presentation. We're $46 up for grabs, first place. 17 players this week. We appreciate your support. Keep spreading the word. And let's take a look at some interesting call sheets. Well, I guess we'll start with mine. I'll tell you what my strategy was, and we'll see how on the nose or off I was in approaching it this weekend. And I was very big on 2 films, apparently, for those of you watching on YouTube. I had a 3-pack, including the headliner stack of Daniel Kaye and Allison Williams in Get Out, which ate up the majority of my budget. And then I think this is a max stack. I did a 6-pack. There's only 6 actors available for I Am Not Your Negro, but I did a max stack of I Am Not Your Negro, getting all 6 actors from Samuel L. Jackson all the way down to Medgar Evers. And then I also added Dev Patel from Lion as my perfunctory limited release candidate. So we'll see how that does. That line is actually expanded to about 1,800 screens. It's 1,802 screens. It's neck and neck. It is neck and neck right there with La La Land. So and it kind of came down to what I could afford. Actually, to be honest with you, the limited release I really wanted, and I might show you a call sheet that I believe has it in one of the smaller tournaments. The one I really wanted to get into was Split, because Split is just under 2,000. It's like at 1,890 screens. It still made about like 8 million or something last week. I mean, it's still or 5 million or something. It's still doing making dollars. It's still clocking major dollars. So I kind of like Split overall in the limited release category to be the leader in that area. But we'll just see if this isn't the winning call sheet. I like this call sheet. I think the strategy is sound. I Am Not Your Negro has expanded to 348 screens. Get Out, as we see, is poised to be the runaway winner this weekend with about 28 million. The only thing to consider, and Jay Devlin, who I was hoping to join me today, but I guess he's otherwise occupied, pointed out was that Lego Batman still has some gas in the tank. So it'll be interesting to see how much that plays into you all's call sheets. So this one, I was kind of taking a quick look at some of them earlier, and my favorite. She's one of my favorite players in this game. I believe she was our all-time money leader last year. This is Kelly, Jay Bird's wife. And Jay Bird, of course, is an OG. He goes back to the spreadsheet days, one of the dozen or so people who really helped me fine-tune the game mechanics of what would go on to become Cinema Draft. Appreciate it. Well, his wife, Kelly Jaybird, no, Kelly has a really interesting call sheet. She has a 3-pack of Get Out, smart. She has a headliner stack of La La Land, which I believe is also smart. She has a headliner stack of I Am Not Your Negro, which is very smart. She has a headliner stack of Everybody Loves Somebody, and she had just enough dollars left over to get a headliner from Lion, Rooney Mara. And so basically she has 9 headliners and only 1 non-headliner actor. So she is going for maximum value on her points. So I really like this call sheet, mostly because it's pretty balanced. I mean, it still is technically a bit of a stars and scrubs lineup or a call sheet, because you have 3 actors who essentially suck up about almost 50 grand in your, and almost, so only 3 actors take up almost half of your budget. So that, by definition, that's pretty much stars and scrubs. But then in attending to the quote unquote scrubs, getting, she doesn't, she diversifies the risk pretty smartly. She gets headliner stacks from movies that she can afford, that she also thinks will be players at their release type. Like, I mean, it's really smart getting 2 headliners from La La Land. It's probably going to get an Oscar bounce going into Sunday. Curious people, somewhat like me, try to see movies they've somewhat missed out on before the Oscars, so they can know what all the fuss is about. And I really like the strategy. It's smart. It gets the most exposure she could sensibly afford to Get Out, while also making sure her base is recovered with the other performers, and even having 1 headliner from Lion still keeps hope alive in case somehow it outperforms La La Land, just by virtue of it being on about 75, 80 more screens. So that's a really good call sheet, Kelly. I'm your biggest fan. Keep on trucking. Okay, let's take a look at Jay Devlin's. Let's talk about the man behind his back while he ain't here. So he has, so this is a pretty solid call sheet. He has the headliner stack from Get Out. He has headliner stack from I'm Not Your Negro. He has the headliner stack from Everybody Loves Somebody. And then he also, will this be the week, Jay Devlin? Will this be the week where a United Kingdom finally comes through for you? A United Kingdom expands to 145 screens this weekend, still in platform release, but he's been banking on this film since he was on 4 screens. So fingers crossed, Jay Devlin, we're with you. We want this movie to perform for you. But what really kind of differentiates this, and he also has headliner Dev Patel from Lion, what really differentiates this call sheet from the first 2 is that he does have exposure to the Lego Batman movie, as I was alluding to earlier. He has Ralph Fiennes, a headliner from the Lego Batman movie. It's pricey. The Batman movie, I mean, in my infinite wisdom, somehow is priced above Get Out. But of course, when I'm drawing up these salaries on a Saturday night, Sunday morning, our vision isn't quite clear yet. But the Lego Batman movie, is a little bit more expensive than Get Out. But if we are to believe our good friends over there at Box Office Pro, then it looks like Lego Batman should still come in second for about 20 million this weekend. So that's pretty decent exposure. It's good exposure. At least he has three actors from in the top three slots of his call sheet to make sure he gets that top end of the box office money. Okay, so I like this call sheet though. I think it's got top 5 potential. It'll be interesting to see just how wide the gap is between Get Out and a headliner, like a regular actor on Get Out versus a headliner on the Lego Batman movie. Really interesting. And Jaybird, since we talked about your wife, let's talk about you, Jaybird. So he also has gone top heavy with the headliner stack from Get Out, as well as Ralph Fiennes from the Lego Batman movie. Similar strategy, but where he's diverging somewhat is that he's leaning heavily into Everybody Loves Somebody. He's got a 5-pack, including the headliner stack of Carlos Souza. Big shouts last night to the How to Get Away with Murder season finale. Laurel almost did some dirt. That was very interesting. Carlos Souza plays Laurel on the hit show from Shondaland, the Shonda Rhimes hit-making factory that just holds down Thursdays, the ABC Thursday lineup, TGIT, thank God it's Thursday lineup. They had a 2-hour season finale, and it was lit. Very late. It was #1 trending topic on Twitter for like 3 or 4 hours. Great. Anyways, Carlos Souza from How to Get Away with Murders, headliner, as well as Jose Maria Yazpic. And so he's got that headliner stack plus 3 other actors from Everybody Loves Somebody. I generally like this call sheet, but and he has Samuel L. Jackson as a headliner from I'm Not Your Negro, and Gosling from La La Land. But my only qualm about this call sheet is that Everybody Loves Somebody, and from what our recent experience with a lot of these foreign themed somewhat niche market films, that they get their money up front. Cash Me Outside, how about that? They get their money at the dough, like the first weekend. You might be able to wring some money out of them the second weekend, and this is the second weekend for Everybody Loves Somebody. But if you're faced for a similar cost to go with I Am Not Your Negro in the platform release category, I'm probably taking I Am Not Your Negro all day long because, well, one, now I Am Not Your Negro has more screens, but two, on a per screen basis, I Am Not Your Negro was outgrossing Everybody Loves Somebody anyways. Last weekend, I believe, Everybody Loves Somebody on the 3-day weekend that our game served had 927,000 in box office receipts on 333 screens. I'm doing this all the top of my head. And I Am Not Your Negro had 975,000 on only 259 screens. So I don't know. I mean, even if you assume both of them declined somewhat this weekend, some way, somehow, I'm still betting on I'm Not Your Negro. I think that has longer play odds for better box office. But I like the stand you took. It is largely a stars and scrub strategy, but specializing in one particular scrub. Everybody Loves Somebody, and good luck to you, Jaybird. A good-looking call sheet, and let that be a lesson to y'all. A family that plays Cinema Draft together just plays Cinema Draft together. Gamble 24/7, our returning champion from last week. Let's see what's on his mind this week. Okay, so he has gone. Okay, so he's got the headliner stack to Get Out. Solid. He has a headliner stack from I'm Not Your Negro. He has he has a 3-pack from Get Out. Okay, that's smart. Headliner stack from I'm Not Your Negro, headliner stack from Lion, and the headliner stack from Everybody Loves Somebody, and he still had enough money left over for John Wick Chapter 2, Thomas Sadowski. So real quick, John Wick Chapter 2 looks like it's going to plummet to an estimated 8 or 9 million. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Like, this also is a call sheet that I believe has top 5 potential, mostly because it's got it's got at least your top three up here. You've got your top three. It's got three actors from what is clearly going to be the highest grossing movie of the weekend. Actually, I can't wait. I'm supposed to go tomorrow morning at a matinee with my friend Jeannie. What up, Jeannie? You'll never hear this, but give you a shout out anyways. And we're very excited to see Get Out. So the fact that he's got three actors from Get Out, including two headliners, is crucial. Get that 40% headliner bonus, y'all. And John Wick is interesting. That's not at 9,000. It's not cheap. I'm just curious to see if he would have gotten similar value, at about 8 or 9, million in a wide release if he just stayed with Hidden Fences. Hidden Fences, the movie that just will not die. That sucker goes in every weekend. And actually, and so I did something different on Friday, just to diverge slightly. I did something different on Friday. I went and I had some thoughts when we got close to theater lock. I had some thoughts. I had as I figured out what the theater lock was going to be, and I'm not sure if this will be a regular feature. I just had something on my mind. Anyways, I jotted down some strategy thoughts. I call it quick thoughts pre-lock. And basically, and the subhead is a few thoughts on the latest box office movement pre-theater lock in the cinema draft game from the CEO founder. That's me. And basically, I identified Get Out should be the clear points and leader, the clear leader in points. Hidden Figures, and I just like I said off the top of my head, Hidden Figures just refuses to die. It is barely a wide release at 2,022 screens, but it's been getting 7-8 million a weekend. I mean, I'm kind of hard pressed to see why it wouldn't this weekend, especially going to the Oscars, and I believe it's nominated for a Best Picture. I mean, and considering that you can get in there for about 7,500, 8,500 for headliner Taraji, I just kind of wonder if you need to spend 9,000 to get John Wick 2, but we'll see. I mean, John Wick 2, I mean, the word of mouth has been super strong on it. I'm not sure if that's enough to carry it through a saturated box office marketplace this weekend, but we'll see how that does. And also, I claimed here, which I did, I'm putting all my platform release chips on I Am Not Your Negro. And then I also explained the showdown, the limited release showdown between La La Land and Lion, as well as Split, which made 8.5 million last weekend and really could come for some folks this weekend. But I appreciate the call sheet, Gamble 24/7. Congratulations on, I believe, your first ever win in the feature presentation last week, and I'll see you at the top this week. And since he was so kind enough to be one part of the tripod, 1/3 of the tripod, Cornell Westside, Kevin Garnett, aka the WBW, the Working Black Writers. Let's see what's on his mind this week. Okay, so this call sheet is a mess. Love you, Kevin, but I don't know with this call sheet, man. So he did a total. So he's got the headliner stack of Get Out, which is smart. But then he went for a headliner stack of Rock Dog, which is getting damn near negative buzz. Look at this. Rock Dog had a 44% not fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, although the audience for which it's aiming, I'm pretty sure, kids and their beleaguered parents who care for them and take them to the movies really don't, we don't give a rat's ass about a Rock Dog review. So even still, forecast for Rock Dog is really, really slight. Look at that. 2.8 million is the estimate, and that even might be high. I mean, I've seen maybe a handful of commercials that look terrible. There's zero heat on this film. So, I mean, I don't want to burst your bubble, Kevin Garnett, but yeah, it's not looking good for Rock Dog right here. So that pretty much sinks your entire call sheet, in my opinion. Although I am a fan of James Baldwin being on your call sheet, I'm Not Your Negro. It's smart while it's expanding. And then he has a 3-pack from Lion with, interestingly enough, only one headliner, Rooney Mara. That's all I could afford. And then Rosamund Pike headlining a United Kingdom. And it's my dog, but this is definitely probably going to be one of the bottom 5 call sheets. Sorry. I call it how we see it. And if we're talking bottom five call sheets, let's just take in a quick look at Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Draft Mom. Claudia Jackson in the house. And this is a pretty solid call sheet with one glaring exception. There it is. You see it. I see it. Rock Dog. Get that Rock Dog out of here. But she's minimized her damage to just Luke Wilson and Rock Dog. Otherwise, Draft Mom has the headliner stack from Get Out, headliner stack from I'm Not Your Negro, headliner stack from La La Land, and she had enough money left over to get James McAvoy headlining Split and Rooney Mara headlining Lion. So, and Taraji P. Henson headlining Hidden Figures. So this is a pretty balanced call sheet, all things considering. I just think there's a gaping hole, a $2.8 million estimated hole in the middle for Rock Dog, which should have been avoided. So valiant effort, Mom. Hopefully you'll break the top 10. Okay, I think let me show you one other call sheet of mine. I can think of some. I kind of aced myself out of the background talent. It was stupid. I actually was testing something on the system, didn't finalize my pick and submit it. And guess what? Someone took my spot. So just make sure, everybody, when you are submitting your call sheets, make sure that you click the submit and wait, a few seconds before you see, in order to see the confirmation notification in the top right hand of the screen, giving you 3 seconds, redirecting you to the lobby, because otherwise, this is how you end up with 4 call sheets, not 3, not 5. I think it was the Best Boy. What did I do with the Best Boy? That was okay. Yeah. So this is what I'm fairly proud of, only because I was able to get 3 Get Out actors in there. I did a 3-pack of I'm Not Your Negro. I shoehorned in Split. I had enough money left over to do the headliner stack from Lion, plus Nicole Kidman also from Lion. So this is more of, this is basically, this is a 3x3x3 plus 1 call sheet where there's 3-packs plus Anya Taylor-Joy from Split. No money left over. Used up the entire budget. This one, I think, has real potential, but it hinges upon I Am Not Your Negro, doing some monster business. I'm also making plans, to go see I Am Not Your Negro, maybe, as late as Sunday morning. It's actually finally in Vegas, down the street at the Suncoast. Appreciate it. I've been definitely looking forward to that, so I'll give it my support. But if I'm Not Your Negro could even squeeze off like 15 million, sorry, not 15 million, that'd be crazy. If I'm Not Your Negro can squeeze off even 1.5 million, that's like 15 fantasy points, yo. I mean, and then once you're looking at a headliner, that's 21 fantasy points, y'all. So fingers crossed, man. I Am Not Your Negro. Let's make sure it happens. And so that's pretty much, everything. We covered a lot of ground here today. I appreciate y'all hanging out, taking a look at the podcast, checking it out. And in those times when I was sick, I appreciate y'all motivating me to get some analysis out there. We are a new nascent game, and every little bit of information helps. Make sure you go tell all your friends to visit us, support us, subscribe to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcast from. Also, we're on social media, very active: Facebook, Pinterest. Well, maybe not so much active on Pinterest, but we're there. We out there. Medium, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. We out there either at Cinema Draft or at Play Cinema Draft. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for submitting call sheets. Good luck to everybody this weekend, and why don't you go see a movie or something?